people use these rooms, and we want everyone to be able to have access to these rooms, and we want all of that use to be in line with the UCSC principles of community. So in this moment right now, I can't make a determination of whether or not this group is in violation of those. That's not my place, but I do know that they booked a room here. And I currently, like, I have not seen, like, if there were hate graffiti on these walls, if there were some sort of, like, documentation of something that I could point to and know for sure.
You just heard someone say that they agreed with white supremacy. So
who said that?
If that's, young person over here, what's your name?
And I think I might have misspoken because the other thing that I'm definitely going to do is file a hate and intolerance report. And that's something that I would encourage. I'm just going to describe the whole entire incident. And that is something that I would also ask you guys to do. And I think at this point, the yelling that's happening right here, I realize that this is a very important concern for all of you, but it is interfering with other people's ability to use this library to study, which is like the thing that is most important to them in like this place. Like that's the function of this space, and so I guess I'm asking if you guys would be willing to leave and let this group continue to use this room.
I think that that's unfair that you're looking at it that way. I think that what is going on right now is actually that these folks are preventing folks from their everyday lives, not just studying everything, safety on campus, whatever it is that they are engaging in. And so I feel like this group should be asked to leave, actually. And I feel like you're kind of looking at it from an interesting perspective, maybe in line with university policies. But I think if you understand what their ideologies are and how you feel safety really is, how you feel education, how you feel learning really is, students can't be studying when their lives are being fucking discriminated against, fucking like pushed out of the way.
And I hear that argument. Yeah. I hear that argument, and thank you for responding to me. You have had your hand up for some time.
Yeah.
What was it that you were going to say?
So, I mean, I know you asked them to leave. They don't need to leave. We offered them to be part of our discussions. We offered them a place to have their opinions heard, as the way that we were discussing before. And there were no disruptions before they came into the room. We were having quiet discussions. We have Democrats and Republicans in this room.
I have heard concerns about chanting.
That all happened as soon as they came into the room. They came into the room and started chanting.
She's going to get more people to come in here.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Yes, that's a good.
Yeah.
All right.
Listen, this club has been going on for months. There's been no disturbances until this is suddenly there's a disturbance. Suddenly,
But your existence is a disturbance.
My existence is a disturbance. You're right. My existence is a disturbance to you, but it's not a disturbance to anyone else. My existence is a disturbance to every marginalized person in this country. You have no idea what you are talking about. Do you understand what a Republican is? I'm not a Republican. You don't know the people you're talking to.
So
I'm just here, and I'm first of all, I'm a registered Democrat. I've never voted for a Republican.
I don't
in
give
my
a
life.
shit.
I'm here speaking ideas. What you're supposed to do at a college.
I don't give a shit.
Perfect. You're good. You're in.
Your life is not on the line.
My life. Shut the fuck up. My life is not on the line.
You shut the fuck up.
Don't even start.
I think
with me. Don't
that
even
it's not
start
going to
with
help
me.
if we continue to.
It's gonna help if these motherfuckers leave, and we don't let fucking racists on the screen. That's what's gonna help.
And if that's something
what's gonna help.
that you, I guess the way that I am interested in responding to that is seeing if that's something we could take up with my supervisor, if that's something we could act on policy, if that's something that you want to move forward into the future, if that's something that aligns with the overall community's needs, then yes, sure. But I don't think that that's something that's going to happen in this interaction right now.
Does the school have a defamation policy for people coming and filming us and calling us names that were racists and shit
You
like
are
that?
racist.
I'm not a. What do you know? You don't know nothing
I
about
can put
me.
in touch.
Okay,
I can
please,
put in touch with
let's
about
pursue that. Thank
It's
you.
not
Thank
as clear
you.
to me as the no tolerance of hate policy.
This is
There is.
kind of
There's no hate before
This is
they came.
hateful.
yeah, it was.
No hate before
This
they
is
came.
really.
It was. I
There
definitely
was
felt
so there was no
threatened.
hate.
There's no hate.
No hate at all. This space is not a hateful space.
They're saying that we're the ones
I
that
felt.
hate.
I definitely felt
So,
threatened when they walked in.
Right, when
I can
they're-
understand.
like,
I don't
I
feel
can
sorry,
read a
but
flyer
they're
that they put up in the
children.
corner. They had a
Little
slug
bit.
with a Trump hat on
Honestly,
it.
Matt,
So
I'm
if
sorry.
that's
If
not
you
clear
agree with
enough to
them,
you
then
that
you're
they
racist.
agree
I'm
with
sorry.
Trump and
Like,
white
if you agree
supremacy,
with them,
then I
then
think
I'm sorry. I'm
that
gonna have to say you're racist.
I think I can understand if you guys are not willing to leave, but can I just ask that for while we continue this interaction, would you mind keeping like volume at like a minimum level?
I apologize.
Absolutely.
Okay, and sort of ad hominem tax at a minimum level, just so that we can continue to allow the people around us to study.
Sure.
Can we do that?
Absolutely.
You know what else we can do?
Absolutely.
You can ask them to leave because this is not part of campus policy to have folks violating all those basic principles that you brought up. UCSC principles of diversity and justice, right?
You need proof of that.
So
I think
this isn't proof of this.
well, you know, I'm not the arbiter of that, but what I can do is I can call it a police
job.
officer.
You can still no. Even if that's not
That's
your
not
job.
what I wanted.
You guys
Yeah, it's
support
not-
a president that wants to ban Muslims?
Anyways, what I want
This is a college Republican. I'm not
You're
talking about you.
protecting
I'm
the college
talking about these
Republicans more than the
groups.
college Republicans are protecting themselves. So to me, you are a Republican.
Actually, the gentleman in the corner is
I'm protecting them because these are good people. You know nothing about them.
They're good people.
You know
That's great. I'm
nothing
glad that you think
about
that white
them.
supremacists are good people.
You know nothing about them.
Totally fine being put in this situation. Life is difficult.
I guess you're a white supremacist too.
Look at me, he's like, oh shit.
If you're sympathizing with them, then that's not a good thing. I'm sorry.
I guess we're in the same boat, right?
Well, okay.
Kind of, yeah.
He's had his hand up. Can he say something?
You can step outside of your role right now in your job position. You don't have to follow the rules ever. What the fuck is so?
And I'm not
whatever
saying
you
I'm
want
not
right
trying
now.
to say
I
that
hope
I
you
am
know
not
that you can
having
do
a
whatever
personal
you
struggle.
want right now.
Yeah.
But follow that
Yeah.
personal struggle.
Yeah.
I know what kind of situation you're in. I've had to work for the university before, but follow your heart. Don't follow the fucking rules.
I'm gonna listen to the gentleman in the back. He's had his hand up for some time.
I just want to point out that if this was any other group, if it was a communist group, if it was a socialist group, if it was like a Democrat group, if it was a centrist group, nobody would be here, nobody would be saying anything. But because the title says Republicans, and because that's connected to Trump,
Because communists aren't fucking racist.
Wait, can I
Holy shit.
can I please finish? Okay. Because it says that the title is Republicans, and that's somehow connected to Trump.
It's very connected.
You guys gotta build a wall,
okay,
March.
okay,
What are you talking about?
Okay, wait.
How is marching around campus yelling "Build a wall" not racist?
Please,
weren't with us,
just
actually.
bear with me, okay? You immediately assume that all of us represent that view.
You
immediately
do because you're in
take-
the space.
We
And you're
don't care
okay.
if you have
But
slightly
you
different views.
cannot-
That's not what this
you-
is about.
You cannot take one viewpoint and immediately assume it on an entire
But
group
that
without
is what that
knowing-
viewpoint
Okay, what
is.
happens to
This is
people of
called
color? What
Republicans.
happens to Muslims? What happens to queer folks?
Yeah.
The same fucking thing.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
why aren't you
I
standing
don't
up against that? Why
I
aren't you
don't
standing up
wait,
against
I
that?
don't
and
assume
I understand that
about
debate
every
about
queer
whether
person or
the
about every single Muslim
government
person or about every
So
single
what-
Yeah, and you should assume that about fucking racist. Because they're fucking racist, and they don't.
And you all are comfortable
I
in
just
this space.
have one more thing to
I'm
say, and then
trying
I'm
to
done.
set up the situation
And then I'm done. I just have one more thing to
personal
say,
judgments about how
and then I'm
any
done.
of you
Okay.
are, right? And that's really not my role. But I guess like for me, we're like voices are raised, and that is interfering with other people's ability to use the library, which is something that that's one of our policies that we really try to steer clear away from, that anybody interfere with anyone else's ability to use the library. And I know that this is causing other people to have problems studying. So I guess what I'm asking is, are you guys willing to leave and take this up in a different venue?
No.
So they're actually causing us to have problems studying. By them holding this space and meeting and talking about these ideas, do you think this is a safe space for anyone else in the library? For folks?
It is.
Do you think it's a safe space?
We literally
knowing
wouldn't
that
be
they're meeting in here, that they've been meeting multiple times throughout the weeks,
And no one knew
meeting,
or cared till you
and
came.
the things that they engage in. Do you like that? Doesn't feel safe to us, so that's why we're here. So who
Right.
else? It doesn't feel safe for
because
a
you
lot
have
of
an
other
opportunity
students.
to cause a scene.
So,
Yeah, it is.
Well,
Definitely.
We want you to
I think-
express your
Yeah.
opinions. We honestly want to talk with
oh
you.
really?
Yes, really.
we were
Yeah,
having a
absolutely.
debate about whether the government should be big or small.
Yeah, and we don't think it should be small because the Republicans
Y'all
have the
are-
mean.
I'm really trying to
values.
figure out how to handle this in a way that gets other people to be able to study and that does not involve my personal opinions, because I don't really have a right to enforce
You actually
anyone's
do.
ideas.
You totally do. Your opinions are so valid. I'm serious.
Are
And
mine
so
not?
your political personal views are
racist.
part of
Can-
your position and your job.
I understand
and
you
the
feel
fact that
strongly
people
about
are,
that.
No, the fact that people are being told that they need to separate that, they need to separate their identities and their political views is really fucked up, and I'm sorry that you feel that way, because you should be able to engage in whatever political ideas you feel is right.
Are you sure? Because you're kind of going against that right now.
Yeah.
Because I can tell that this person is conflicted and in a difficult space right now, but that they actually agree to acknowledge violence.
That's one thing. She can speak for herself.
Like I
Why
said,
are you putting words in?
Well, because this person is asking what's going on.
Everybody else has the right to meet whatever group they want, but the only exception is somehow because we're Republicans, we just can't do anything. We can't meet. We can't.
So you guys,
Thank you.
If you don't identify,
are not willing to leave.
No,
Okay.
if y'all will leave,
absolutely not.
you just told us you weren't gonna
Because another
Because I stand for the right to speak, and I speak to
Then how are
them.
you different? I don't understand.
Because
Why
I'm
don't you
speaking
leave
to
the space if
them.
we're asking
So you
to leave
believe
if you're
that
white
Nazis
supremacist?
should be able to express their racist ideas?
Wait,
Give me any evidence that they're Nazis. Give me evidence
Sorry.
that they're
They had
Nazis.
a build a wall
Who
march.
is they? Who is they?
The college Republicans. Last year.
Guys,
You could just ask if they
what
were with
if
us. They weren't.
we all leave, but from this, you create an event where you actually talk about this intentionally?
Oh no, we're not talking about dialogue. No, that's not something we engage
No,
in.
we're not indulging these children. They came not because they felt unsafe. They came because they knew today was a day where they could
Okay,
make a
so you
scene.
guys both just said you're not interested in dialogue. Both.
No, I'm interested in a dialogue. I'm
Well,
not
if we're
interested.
children, you know that a dialogue, the power dynamics of a dialogue would not be fair if we're children in this person's eyes. So
She's right, they're children.
A dialogue would not work because we are gonna just.
I have some responsibility. I have something to add. Actually,
Shut up.
Actually, this person over here, I don't know her pronouns, so I'm not gonna say anything. But she actually came and asked which. Sorry. Whatever. Came and asked.
She came and asked which club we
Which
were.
club this is, okay? And then we said
We wanted to
college
make sure.
Republicans, and then she left. And then shortly afterwards, I'm not sure about the time, but all of them came in and then started chanting this. So this was something that was set up, and it was meant to be carried out.
How could they be unsafe if they didn't know what room we were in? They didn't know what room we were in, and then suddenly they
Your
found
meeting
out
was
that
the
we were
original violence that was set up.
Can I?
Yeah.
Again, really, please ask everyone to sort of stay at a volume that allows other people to be using the
We're
building,
fine
right?
with that. We're fine with that. Let's get a volume that allows other people to learn.
All right. I am gonna go call my boss.
Perfect.
You alright?
Yes.
All right, and I will be back. And I really, please, there is a lot of pain and there is a lot of passion in this room.
There's
and I
no
would just
real
ask-
pain. There's false outrage.